6 months ago, our enemies murdered a great man. Skalavazari, our nation's father. Today, we remember the hope he gave us, the purpose he gave us, the vision he gave us. A vision in which the Hellcast people reclaim their rightful place in this universe. Years from now, we will tell our children of this day, the day his vision became our reality.
2011 in general looks to be a good year for Sony, at least when it comes to like big exclusive titles. And of course, one of them is Killzone 3, which is now out. So time to return to Hellcast?
I would say so. Killzone, of course, is the big first-party FPS series from Sony, and Killzone 2 more or less lived up to all the hype that was put on it for years and years before its release. And even though the hype hasn't been that strong for Killzone 3, it's definitely a game from a developer that has more or less matured and is now finally coming into their own, I would say, also when it comes to gameplay and everything, and not only, as some would say about Killzone 2, when it comes to graphics.
Well, let's start out with gameplay then.
Yeah.
What's improved?
Well, Killzone 3 is much more, I would say, modern almost in the way they have put together the whole single-player campaign. It reminds me much more of the way that popular FPSs are put together right now, whereas it's chock full of Hollywood moments, I would say, just like Call of Duty, of course. And it's, for me, at least in the first couple of hours, it was very obvious that they have really tried to diversify the things that you get to experience. Whereas in the sequel reminded me of a game where it was just this developer that had a certain vision for a game and they didn't care about the rest of the world. This is much more a product of the time with all the things that we know as Killzone.
But is that a good thing then?
It certainly makes for a less unique game, I would say, than Killzone 2. Killzone 2 really was its own beast, whereas this is more everything Killzone, but done in a really, really popular and time-fashionly way. Whether you like that is up to you, but definitely it will be an easier transition to the Killzone franchise if you are the sort of gamer that have so far just played your FPSs only by way of Call of Duty.
Of course, a big thing, even from Killzone 1 and the PlayStation 2, that Guerrilla has always been known for, the graphics. How are they in
Absolutely
Killzone 3?
insane. Absolutely insane. Nothing bad can be said about the graphics. Or I should say, the only small minus about the graphics is that the jump from the sequel to the third game, while it is still really obvious, it's not as obvious, of course, as the jump from the first game to the sequel. And it will not come as a shock to most people how good it looks, because the graphical standards have certainly been raised since Killzone 2. But it does still look really amazing, and it sounds almost just as good.
Did they run out of gray at some point?
No, not at all. It's still gray and orange and reds and somewhere just a blend of it all, and chaos and fire and everything you would expect.
So, you're satisfied?
I am. It must be said that my expectations for the third game wasn't really that high, probably because the hype hadn't been as high as for the sequel. That being said, though, I have been able to spend some time with the multiplayer, and the multiplayer is really solid. They have taken everything good about the multiplayer in the sequel and have refined it, while also making it easier for new people to actually play it, which is a good thing, of course. And the multiplayer in Killzone has always just been like a mix of everything good about FPS multiplayers from the PC. That means that you can play one mode that actually blends a whole lot of games like Capture the Flag and Domination and stuff like that into one big mix, and you won't have to go out in menus to experience it all. It's just right there, and it's for all people. So it's a really, really strong game. It's not necessarily as strong a game as Sony would probably have hoped to really just personify the PlayStation 3 FPS genre.